Well, it's time to have a chat to our guest host for this hour of the program. Chris Kimber, the Managing Director at Kimber Capital, joins me now for more. Chris, hey, how you doing?
Very well for a Monday.
Yeah, for a Monday,
happy
of
Monday.
course. Yeah, happy Monday to you as well.
Thank you.
Let me get straight to a question that's come in on Twitter from Donald. He says markets do seem to be off to a slow start. Is the market waiting on US news this week? I would imagine the answer to that is yes, because of the Fed, because of the earnings.
Yeah. Look, there's two things they're waiting for this week. Number one is comments for further stimulus drip feed from the US, because even up 200 points every time seems that they wait for the US market to go down before he mentions stimulus, and then he keeps hoping not having to do it. So as long as the market sort of holds up, there's no stimulus forthcoming. If it gets beaten up, he starts talking about it again. So whether there's any action, we'll wait and see. But the other big thing is, the only thing that's holding our index down is all of our major resource stocks. So, I mean, if you're in the defensives, if you're in Telstra and Tattersalls and our banks, they're all up 20-30%, all ex a couple of dividends. We've got a big chunk of our market has performed really, really well. But from an index point of view, BHP, Rio, Fortescue, Woodside, and Santos, all of those big cap stocks all report this week starting tomorrow, and they're all pretty close to their lows. So it's a real tale of two halves. So I think everyone's waiting. Well, don't buy the index has always been the message. You've always got to try to do a little bit better than the index if you can. But the other thing is this week, hopefully we'll see which one's wrong, because either our commodity prices are wrong. So with iron ore at $135 a tonne, copper up 3% on Friday night. So either that's wrong or BHP shouldn't be $31, one or the other, because BHP, Rio, all of these are trading as though iron ore is $80 a tonne, not $135. I'm having a lot of trouble understanding what the market wants out of China. They said to us 3 months ago that we're going to slow growth to 7.5%, and then they come in and deliver 7.6%. So they're either growing too fast and we complain, or they deliberately slow it and then we complain. So so far from what I've seen is they seem to be managing it very, very well. So we'll see how these quarterlies go over the next 3 or 4 days. Yeah,
we're going to be watching that, and of course from the US as well. Yeah. So we've got so many of the big names coming out there.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 60% of their reporting season this week and next week, so we'll get a pretty good idea how they've been going. And once again, I think Bernanke, as long as the market holds up, he'll keep holding his last card. They don't really want to do any more stimulus, but he will continue to declare that they will if it's necessary. So it's a game of brinkmanship, is it? And the market can't decide. Are they going to get excited because things are bad and they're going to get their stimulus, or are they going to be disappointed and keep their negative sentiment because the economy is doing all right? I mean, well,
it's unlikely though that we're going to get a Bernanke bounce, right?
Yeah, look, I don't think so. Was that it on Friday night?
I think it was.
Like that was the market going, he'll talk about stimulus again, let's have the bounce. And then we come in today and our market doesn't follow suit. So it is still, our market is so driven by sentiment still at the moment. It doesn't matter what noises the ECB makes about having plenty of stimulus less to go. Bernanke saying yes, it's fine. Negative sentiment in the market is still very, very hard to beat, and the market is still just chasing yield, and that's about it. So all of our yield stocks are continuing to hold up, and a lot of them are hitting their highs, but anything that doesn't have a yield on it, continuing to struggle.
Okay, Chris, we'll talk more. Thanks so much for that. Chris is going to be staying with us throughout the end of right through the show to the end of the show. If you've got any questions for him, a couple of ways you can get in touch with us. Email us, cashfile@cnbcasia.com, or you can get in touch on Twitter. Just follow me at CNBC Oriel. Okie dokie, time for a check on the markets. Let's get to our reporters for a rundown. Emily Chan is going to kick it off for us. She's got her eyes on the Hong Kong markets. Em, good morning to you.
Hi there, Oriel, and skinny gains for the Hong Kong market, just barely holding on higher by 30 points, 19,122 with our H shares just hovering around the line. Of course, the reason being the Shanghai Composite seeing